present. See, we will continue with the remaining functions. The next function is starts with, and along with that we have ends with. Again, very common function. It is going to check whether a substring starts with a given string or no, and similarly with the end string. So this is your first function, starts with. Okay, you need to have any string first. For example, I'm having HELLO and world. This is my string, then dot, my function name, and after this function I have to pass one argument. Actually, in this argument I will check whether my string is starting with HE or not. So this is how I can write this. So simply close this and press enter. So see, because my string was starting with HE, so therefore I'm getting true over here. And if I'll give anything else except HE, okay, if I'll give anything else, suppose I am writing here world, it will not work. The reason is because it is not starting with world. So this is your starts with function. Second one we are having is ends with. Just reverse of this. Actually, it is checking that whether the last string or last characters are equal to this or not. So if you will check, last is world only. So I'll get true over here. I can give any one or two character also. For example, if I'm giving here LD, this will also work perfectly fine. But except this, even if I give single character, we have to check that also. If I'm giving single character, you can see it is working perfectly. So, but if any mistake I'll do, it will not give me correct answer. For example, here I'm writing H world. Okay. Now in this case, I'm getting here false. The reason is because only because of this H. So when it is checking exact match. If you are using starts with, it is going to check from the starting. Similarly, if you are using ends with, then it is going to check from the last. Okay, I hope up to here it is clear. Then next we are having is the title function.
Ma'am?
Anji?
Ma'am, will it be case sensitive while checking?
Yes, because your Python is case sensitive. Okay, we will check this also. Suppose I am giving here WORLD, again false. The reason is because it is, our language is case sensitive. So it is going to check with the exact match. Okay. Then next we are having is the title function. Now with the name only you can understand. See this title function, what it do? It converts every first character of every word in a line into the capital letter. Okay, for example, I'm writing here, I'm writing everything in small. Welcome to the world of programming. This is my string dot title. And then after this, I'm pressing enter key. You can see what it has done. Every first character, if you will check, W capital, T capital, this T capital, W, O and P, irrespective of whatever I have given over here. Okay. Similarly, we have one more function. Means this is only going to convert. And if you are not having anything in the title, in alphabets, for example, if I'm writing here 1, 2, 3, 4, something like this. Okay, so it is going to return me the same thing. Only what you have to see over here, that all your T's are converted into capital letter. Anyone, any idea that why it has converted this into capital letter? Anyone, any idea? Because it is checking with respect to the words. Fine. What is the meaning of this? Suppose if I give here also something different. For example, here I am giving all these values, then WAIT, wait. So you can see wherever I'm starting, means whenever I'm starting with any alphabet, it means it is starting where it is converting it into capital letter. So see, actually what we are understanding is how they have done programming of this. Fine. So if you will try to understand what they have done, they have applied one logic that if it is any other character, they are ignoring. But if it is a alphabet, means first alphabet, it is going to convert. Now see, it is again something different, so it is ignoring, but this will be considered as first alphabet. So therefore it has been converted over here. I hope up to here it is clear. Okay, then we are having is title. Now already I have told you that whenever we are using anything with is title is always going to check whether the given string is in the title case or not. Means all the characters or the word's first character are in capital or not. If you give the same thing, this one, again I will get false over here as an answer. The reason is because nothing is in the capital. But suppose if you give W in capital, what I will get? True or false now? If W is in capital?
True.
True or false? Why?
False.
This is title case.
False.
It is again false. The reason is it is still not in the all words first character are not in the capital letters, so still it will not work. So actually what you need to do is you need to convert every first character in the capital, then only it will work, otherwise it will not work. Fine. World of programming. If you will give like this, then only it will give you the answer, otherwise it will not give you true as the answer. Okay, so this was your is title. Then we have another very good function, that is replace function. From the string I wanted to replace something. Okay, now what is the meaning of this? Suppose this is my string and I wanted to replace something. Means, see, when we talk about replace, it is just like for replace we need to give always two arguments. First is what is to be find and what is to be replaced. Okay, so find and replace basically. So first argument will be what I wanted to find and second will be with what I wanted to replace it. So both the things I need to give over here. So what is the meaning of this? Suppose for example, word I wanted to convert into space. Suppose, fine. So I have actually what I have done over here, I have given both the information. That world I wanted to convert into space. So you can see over here, welcome to the space of programming. So it will search and it will convert. Now suppose if multiple values are there, we will cross check this also. I'm writing here randomly, I'm writing here one more time word and only so as to check. So you can see if multiple words are there, then also it is going to work. Then here only I'm going to make one more change. I'm writing here something different. Okay, this is very weird, but you can see if it is the part of the word, then also it is working perfectly. Okay, so this is what you have to understand. This is not a proper word, but what you have to understand that if in my substring also word will exist, it is going to replace, just like your find and replace in the MS Word. Fine. Okay, so this is how your find and replace will work. And the next thing is, suppose if it is not available. Achha, one more thing, whether it is case sensitive or not. Now, what do you think? It is case sensitive? It will be case sensitive or not? If I write W in small letter, will it work or no? Anyone, any idea?
It will not work.
It will not work. Just now we have checked that Python is case sensitive. So when we are going to work with the strings, it is going to check for the strings in the proper manner. Fine. So if it is not part of this, it is not going to work. Means it is going to check for this case. Okay, then if the value is not available, so you can see over here, for example, world was not there, in small letter world was not there. So it is not going to give you any error. It is going to return the same string. Okay. Then next we are having is another very good function, that is join function. But remember, this replace function is very good. When we are making projects and all, no, that time we need to use these functions. Okay. Then next we are having is join. One string you wanted to join with another string. Okay, that time we are using this join function. Now how to use this? Join, then within bracket, whatever you wanted to write. Suppose I am writing here again, welcome. And this I wanted to join with any symbol. For example, I am writing any symbol, suppose ampersand, then dot. So basically what I am giving instruction that ampersand to be concatenated with welcome. So if first you see the see how it is going to work. So with W, first ampersand has been concatenated, then with E, then with L, then with like this, and you can see that how it has done. If you will see it properly, that it started after W, and see before E only it the last ampersand was given. Now what you can understand that if total number of characters are 6, 3 and 4, 7. So you can see how many times ampersand has appeared. 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, 5 and 6. So it means 6 times means total length minus 1 times it has appeared over here. Now you can give anything. It is not compulsory that ampersand only or only 2 characters. You can give any sequence of characters according to your choice. So it is working perfectly fine. With W only, with this first character only it is starting, with last character only it is ending. In between it is joining the characters, whatever we have given. Not compulsory to give characters. You can give any number also. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, any number you can write. Okay. Similarly, any string also, if you wanted to write, you can write the string also. For example, I am writing here try. So you can see W try, then E try, then L try. Like this, it is working perfectly fine. So means you have to give anything. Whatever you will give in double quote will be joined with this. Okay. Now in join only, see how it is working. It is joining with every character. If I'm passing the collection something like this, now, instead of character by character joining, I wanted to do joining with respect to words. Word by word, I wanted to join. So how I'm going to do that? First of all, I need to make the group of words. I'm using this statement. And then I'm going to write this, welcome to the world of programming. This only I'm copying. Okay, this only I'll paste here. And then we have to see. See, basically what we have done. Welcome to the world of programming. Acha, if complete this string is there, you can see again it is working character by character. But just now I said I want word by word. So word by word means I need to make them as a separate word in that particular case. Now how to make them as a separate word? Either you store it in the form of a string or in the form of a tuple. It means make it something like this. You need to separate it. That's it. Okay, welcome to something like this.
Ma'am, you are making list.
Anjay?
Ma'am, you are making list.
Yes, I'm making list here. Because see, it is not working like this, no? Therefore, we are checking everything. If I'm going to give this string something like this, it is not going to work. So I need to give them separate words. Okay, then only it is going to work. Therefore, all plus and minus we are doing so that we should know that with what it is going to work and with what it is not going to work. Now you see we have created the list and now I'm using. Now you can see one word, then the symbol that I wanted to join. Another word, again the symbol I wanted to join. So it is perfectly working with the list. Now if I'm having tuple over here, because see ultimately we have to check everything, whether it is working or it is not working. If I'm going to have tuple over here, then you can see still it is working in the perfect manner, same answer. Anyone, any doubt up to here how this join is working with respect to character by character and with respect to word by word? Still, if any problem, then let me know. Okay, now important thing. If we wanted to...
If we add \n.
\n where? Here only?
Yes, ma'am. Anywhere.
We'll cross check that also. If we add \n, not working over here. Okay. Achha, one more thing I just wanted to discuss with you. If we give instead of string, because see, when we talk about tuple and list, we can give it something different, right? Suppose I am giving here 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I will get error over here. The reason is whenever we are going to give any collection, it is compulsory all those collections must be strings only. It will work with string. It is not going to work with any other data type. Okay. So ultimately, if you are making list or if you are making tuple, it is compulsory that it must be a string only. List of tuple or sorry, list of string or list of tuple of strings. Anyone, any doubt? Because of 1, 2, 3, 4, you see it is not allowed. Integer found, see it is giving the error integer found. Integers will be not allowed. Okay, then after that, next we have split function. Again, very important function when we are doing programming, very useful function. Okay, now how to use that split, what this split function will do? It is going to split your string into the word, separate words. Now, for example, suppose I am taking this complete line. This is my string. Welcome to the world of programming. Dot. As I said, my function is split. So simply I have to type split and I will not give anything. If I am not giving anything, then by default spaces will be considered as a splitting value. Okay, you can see wherever space was there, it has converted that, it has assumed that as the separator, or you can say the white space will be considered as a breaking point basically if we are not giving anything. Now, if we give anything. Now, how to give anything? Suppose after every O, I wanted it to split. So I'll write here after every O. So you can see WELC, then O was there. So not considered, but breaking point. Then ME is there. Now what you have to understand, whatever breaking point you have given here. For example, here I have given O. Now O is not visible in the complete string, complete list. Okay, this O is available, but this is capital O. I'm talking about small o. Wherever small o was there, everywhere it is omitted in this resultant string. So you have to take care that whenever we are giving any breaking point will be not appeared in our final list. Similarly, even you can see here, what I said, that if we are not giving anything, by default, space will be considered as a breaking point. So you can see here, no spaces are there now. Okay, if you will see here, this is my word from here to here, no space has been added. Similarly, over here to here also, you can see no spaces are added. Okay, so this is how your split will work. And by default, it is returning you the list. List means it is now mutable in nature. If you wanted to change anything over here, you can change it. Then next and last function that we are having is the partition function, last function. Okay. Now, what partition function will do? First, we will understand again one more thing of the split. What split has done? It has splitted this particular string into the number of words. Okay, but when we talk about partition, partition will always give you the resultant list, because partition itself means splitting, right? So, but it will give you the information always in the 3 parts. The starting part, comma, the center point which is decided by you, comma, the ending part. Okay, now what is the meaning of that? That we will see. Means basically in the partition separator we will give. Okay, again I am using your same string, this one. Now instead of split, I am using here partition. First we will not write anything, then we will check what it is doing. If I'm not passing anything, not allowed, because see, by default here it was taking space as a separator, but here no breaking point, means it is compulsory that you need to give any one value. So see, it is given here, takes exactly one argument, means one argument is required and we are giving 0 value, not allowed. So you need to give something. Now I'm giving something, suppose I'm giving here R as a partition character. Okay, now you can see ultimately it has converted it into 3 parts. This is my first part. Then first time R appeared, this is the separator which was given by me, and this is the resultant part. You can think that it is just like video editing, no? When we have a complete video, then generally when we wanted to cut, no, from here to here. So this is how it is also working. But it is giving us the separator also in between, fine. Now then
Ma'am,
have Hanji.
ma'am, partition is in tuple and ma'am, that's split in list.
Yes. These all are the differences. Actually, this is very common question that what is the difference between split and what is the difference between partition. So this is again one of the very big difference that split will always give you answer in the form of list, whereas partition will always give you the information in the form of tuple. It means this you cannot change now. Okay. But still, if it is your requirement, you can take one value, you can copy it. And because we know that first value will be the starting values. Center value will be the separator always. I mean, if I'm storing it in this complete tuple in S. So this is your S of 0. This is your S of 1 and this is your S of 2. So in S of 0, always the starting string, S of 1, always the separator, and S of 2, always the remaining part of the string. Okay. Then the next thing is it is not found. Achha, it is not compulsory that R only you will give. You can give the complete string also. Suppose I am writing here word and just see there are 2 words, but it is going to check for the first word. Okay, means it is checking from here. As soon as it is going to check, it will get the first one, it is going to break. Okay, whereas in case of split, when I have given O, at every O it was breaking. So therefore it has given us multiple strings as an answer. But here only at the first character it is going to break. Means first word, as soon as it will get, it is going to break. And then every time it is compulsory that you will get 3 answers. Now, if it is not available in the list, in the string, suppose I'm writing here hello, and hello is not there in the list. So you can see the string. Initially, complete string it has given, no separator was available, and no end of the list. Okay, so ultimately, again, you are not getting any error message, but at the same time, you can see that what you are getting in the separator and what you are getting in the end string. Anyone, any doubt up to here? Otherwise, we have completed this chapter. So if you have any doubt, then you let me know. Otherwise, we will discuss some question answers.
Ma'am, this last statement, that partition of hello.
See, if it is not available, no, so what it has done, it was checking from starting till end. Nothing was found. So this is the first thing. Then no separator has been given because no breakpoint was there. No, so no separator has been found and no end value is available. If it is available, then only it is going to show you all the 3 parts. No, otherwise, this is my complete string where it has not got anything. Means it was checking from the starting till the end and it has not got anything. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now the question is, I'm giving you 3 minutes. Now the question is, you have to input any string and then you have to count the occurrence of a given substring. For example, if my string is this and my substring is world, so you have to count that how many times world is present in this particular string. I'm giving you 3 minutes for this. Try to find the answer of this. Again, I'm repeating, you have to count that. You are going to take input of the string from the user, then substring that you wanted to find, and then you have to find that how many times it is available in the occurrence of that particular substring. You can use any function, whatever we have discussed till now. Okay, I'm giving you 3 minutes for that. Directly use the count function, fine. So input mein enter word, enter line. Okay, now you need to take input of substring. I'm writing here sub only. For substring, again, I'll write input. It was very small and very easy because I said you can use any function. Enter substring. If you cannot use any function, then in that case, then in that case, you have to apply lots of logic in that. And then occurrence, yeah, n is equal to, what we can do simply, we know that word dot count is the name of the function in which I need to pass that what I wanted to count. So substring I'm passing here. It will give me the answer, and then print. Yeah, occurrence is equal to comma, and then the value of your n. That's it. If I will run this, enter line, suppose this is my line, enter substring, I wanted to check for WORLD world. So occurrence it is giving as 2, means because see directly when we can use the function, no, so it will give me the answer in the proper manner. Is this is clear how to solve this? Or anyone any doubt with this? See, only we have used this function, right?
Ma'am, without this function, we have to run a loop, right?
Huh. If you don't wanted to use this function, no, so see what in that particular case you can use split function. Actually, I was expecting for split function that that was another method that you use split function. You will get a list, then you have to traverse in the list, and then you have to check every word. So like that also you can do, but count was given directly, so you can use count also. Okay, now another question. See, you have to input any floating point value from the user. Floating point value, any means any. For example, 5, 6, 7, 8 point, 1, 2, 3, 4. Any floating point value you take. But after taking that floating point value, you have to print the fractional part, means this particular part. Okay, whatever functions you know on the basis of that.
Ma'am, we have to take floating point value in string form or integer
That
form
you
only?
decide. You decide. Means it is up to you. Ultimately, your answer has to be 1, 2, 3, 4. No restrictions are given. So your choice, because see, ultimately we wanted to use the functions, right? So you can take it in the form of string only. Okay, fine. See, the question was something like this. So what you can do, you can take input something like this. Then you have two functions. One is split function and second one is partition function. And we know very well, suppose if I'm going to use partition function, what it is going to do, it is going to break my given string into 3 parts. If I'll give partition as dot, separator as dot, so first value will be this, second will be this, and third value will be this. So what I can do in this particular case, that only I need to use the partition function. So we have to ultimately, I will be getting one list. So that list I have to store in L. So word dot partition is the name of the function. You can also use split, no problem. Okay. Then in the single quote, we need to give the character. Then after this, I know that L of 0 will be the initial part, L of 1 will be the point, and L of 2 will be the value after decimal point. So directly I need to print L of 2. That's it. Okay, if I will print this, then you can see that now I have to give any number 1, 2, 3, 4, 0.5678. So you can see it is giving me the fractional part only, means the values after decimal point. I hope this is clear to all of you. Okay. Now another question that I'm giving you for the homework. Just now you have seen what is the use of title case, title function, fine. What the title function was doing, it was converting every first character into the capital letter. So without using title function, you can use only len function. Okay, only by using len function means no other function, remaining all logic you have to apply, and you have to convert a given string into the title case. Clear? I'm repeating my question again. You will not use any other function except len function, and whatever string I will give, you have to convert it into title case. So you have to apply your logic that how you are going to convert it into upper title case. Okay, think, then we will discuss the answer later on. Anyone, any doubt? Okay, then good day all of you.